Breaking news! Attention all real estate sales and marketing professional! You must read urgently before it is taken down. So are you now ready to read and digest this week's real estate newsletter? Trust me, what you are going to know will blow your mind wide open. Don't believe? Continue reading and then only you tell me. Deal? Before saying another word, be informed that this week's newsletter reveals that the real estate industry is performing well beyond our imaginations. Believable? You bet? Before we jump deep into this news bulletin, allow me to give you a brief prelude of what is yet to come. Alright. In essence, Malaysian real estate business is blooming due to factors like rental assistance, opening of international border, sustained occupancy rates, long-term office tenants and retail footfall levels. This is the unvarnished truth. Without further ado, here is this exciting news proper. Okay, thanks. Red hot news. R.E.I.T.s performing above expectations. Believe it or not, resilient rental income, increase in footfall, a boost is going above the roof. Petaling Jaya, there are expectations of an eventual earnings recovery for retail and hospitality real estate investment trusts, R.E.I.T.s, in Malaysia this year. This will be driven by lower rental assistance and the soon reopening of international border gates, said Maybank Research. We remain selectively positive on the R.E.I.T.s with industrial properties, primo malls, and offloas with long-term tenants where earnings will be supported by resilient rental income and sustained occupancy rates, it said. Commenting on the recent fourth quarter results for the 2021 year, Maybank Research said the R.E.I.T.s were mostly performing above expectations. The average core net profit growth seen were to the tune of 31% year-on-year, Y0Y, and 99% quarter-on-quarter, it noted. Growth was mainly supported by the retail assets due to easing of movement restrictions and also long-term office tenants, it said. However, it also noted that there is limited rental growth potential over the short to medium term for retail malls and offices. Given the expectations, it has maintained its neutral call on the sector. Our selective buy calls are on Axis R.E.I.T., Central R.E.I.T., Pavilion R.E.I.T., and KLCC R.E.I.T. The sector offers 2022 and forecast 2023 average net dividend per unit yields of 5.5% and 6.7% respectively, Maybank Research said. Our top buy pick is Axis R.E.I.T., which offers a 5.6% forecast net yield for 2022. Central R.E.I.T., Pavilion R.E.I.T. and KLCC R.E.I.T. offers 7.6%, 5.2%, and 4.9% forecast yields respectively, it added. It also noted that there was a recovery seen in the retail footfall levels with the easing of pandemic restrictions. We understand that the retail segment saw encouraging recovery in retail footfalls and retail sales, with prime malls recording almost pre-pandemic levels, boosted by the festive seasons. Core net profit for R.E.I.T.s with shopping malls saw a jump of up to 41% YOY quarterly earnings, mainly due to lower rental rebates, it said. We expect a progressive recovery for the retail subsegment this year from a reduction in rental assistance. However, outlook for rental reversion remains muted, the research house added. Meanwhile, it said that any overnight policy rate which may rise at the end of this year would marginally nudge lower selected R.E.I.T.s bottom lines by an average of 1%. As at end 2021, our coverage's debt base was at a circa 47% comprised of floating rate debt, with average interest cost in 2021 having ranged between 2.8% to 4.3%, Maybank Research said. End of red hot news, extracted from printed open source. P.S. Before we part company on the topic of why the real estate industry is performing well beyond our imaginations, let's reconsider why we posted this item in this newsletter. Okay, answer? It's because of elements like housing assistance, starting of opening global borders, sustained occupancy rates, long time period workplace tenants and retail footfall levels. For your info, we as responsible sales and marketing professionals need to capitalize on any reports on the happenings in the Malaysian real estate industry, especially the reasons why this industry is now improving by leaps and bounds. Agree? Since we are knowledgeable of these facts and figures, we must be proactive to enhance the improvements in the property market. Agree or not? Before saying goodbye, here is an interesting quote by Armstrong Williams. He is an American political commentator, entrepreneur, author, and talk show host. Real estate provides the highest returns, the greatest values, and the least risk. PPS. Come to think of it, we know it is a lengthy newsletter on real estate issues, yet we want to congratulate you for reading entire bulletin. Make no mistakes, we are committed to your growth, self-development, and your success in your real estate selling and marketing profession. Period. Needless to say, since you have read this property news, you now deserve more bonus gifts of free chapters of the book How to Prospect for Your Ideal Customer. Lest you forget, these sharing will continue in WhatsApp, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and of course in our club's president email, josephsfng@gmail.com, upon request. Alright, thank you again. We hope to meet you next week. Nuzit. Goodbye and best wishes. From me, Madam Florence, the virtual presenter for author CTM Joseph. Dated, March 28, 2022.